This is TW Battles doing online commentary for Napoleon Total War. I am playing Russia and my opponent is France. Let's take a look at my army. 2 units of grenadiers, 6-pounder horse artillery, Uhlans cavalry, 6 units of musketeers, 20-pounder unicorn. There's my general staff. Some more of my musketeers. A unit of grenadiers. A unit of the elite lifeguard foot. The 10-pounder unicorn gun. Some Russian Jaegers. And my hussars. I'm playing on the Italian grasslands map. Let's take a look at my opponent's army. Votigers. 6-inch howitzer. 2 units of National Guard. Fusiliers of line, a unit of Old Guard, another unit of Fusiliers of line. I'll explain those barriers in a minute. The General Staff, Young Guard, Grenadiers of line, Fusiliers of line, 6-pounder foot artillery, 2 units of cavalry, some chasseurs, and a unit of Votigers. I am playing a mod right now. It's called the Great War mod. It simulates World War I gameplay. Right now this mod is in the very early developmental stages. You can see artillery is very prevalent in this mod. It simulates World War I battlefield where artillery caused more than half of the casualties on the battlefield. Infantry basically had to advance into no man's land, and this is where a lot of the killing went on, in the center of the battlefield, and that was due to heavy artillery barrages and high rates of fire. Characteristics and statistics have all been modified to simulate World War I battles. The morale on the units overall has been dropped, and the rate of fire has been increased. So even though this still looks like a Total War, it very much plays like a World War I battle. You can see here my hussars are taking some heavy artillery fire from that 6-inch howitzer unit. There's some of my advancing musketeers also under artillery fire. The French are not yet within range of my artillery, but pretty soon I'm going to put a barrage on them. Okay, let's look at my Russian Jaegers unit here on the edge. Get a good look at this rate of fire. You can see every soldier in this unit is firing their weapon. There's basically a 3 to 4 second delay or reload time per soldier, and this creates a very high rate of fire. Exchanging fire with some Votigers there. Take a close up of these Votigers here. You can see they're under artillery fire now. You can see some of those projectiles coming in. Let's get a little bit of a close up on this. You see that guy go flying up through the air and land in that tree. And you can just see the rate of fire from not only the rifle, but also from the artillery. It's a true kill zone in the middle of this battlefield right now, with both armies doing some heavy damage to the other. You can see my musketeers taking a heavy artillery shot there. And here's my Russian Jaegers on my other wing exchanging fire. You can see that artillery in the background. There has to be 10 shots coming from that 10-pounder unicorn gun. No doubt devastating some French units. Nice close-up of the Fusiliers of line. Finally, these French units are in range of my 20-pounder unicorn gun. Look at the size of those craters there. That Young Guard unit is in a bad situation right there. They're in the crossfire, but they're taking artillery fire as well. see, this mod includes increased unit sizes. Each unit will have 400 soldiers in it. Cavalry 200. You see these Votagers trying to advance on my left, taking some heavy artillery there. We're going to get protected here by this hill. Okay, so you can see a lot of stuff going on here. You can just see how fast-paced and how frantic these battles feel. You get the idea of what it might have been like to be on a World War I battlefield. Guns firing, artillery, just total chaos and devastation and destruction. You can see some of my Grenadiers units getting some good fire there. Grenadiers do very well in a World War I gameplay. If you keep them at a farther range, they have a higher accuracy rate than most units, and they can also melee really well if they get into that type of fight. So Grenadiers are good to have on your side. I like to take 2 cavalry units, although cavalry was becoming somewhat obsolete in this era. I do find them very useful in chasing down routing units and taking out enemy artillery. So you can see the frantic gunfire going on here. These Votagers are going to get a heavy artillery attack once again from a 10-pounder unicorn gun. You can see there, they're just above half strength. There's that 10-pounder unicorn. You can see how murderous it is to get in a crossfire. You don't really want to get in a crossfire playing this type of gameplay. You want to, I guess, get your units lined up, get them in good firing position, advance them if they are taking heavy artillery fire. But otherwise, if you can get the enemy to come to you a little bit and hold some pretty good lines, you're gonna do pretty well. You can see my Grenadiers getting some shots off. Here on my right, my Jaegers. Let's watch some of this artillery come in and strike, I believe, a Votagers unit over here. Some pretty heavy shots coming in there. You can see the devastation. This must have been terrifying, being on a World War I battlefield with that much artillery firing at you all the time. You were asked to stay there and exchange shots and advance on your enemy, all while taking this type of artillery barrage. It must have just, been absolutely brutal. You can see the devastation here. Unit is down to about 2/3 strength right now. You see I brought my Grenadiers unit over to aid in getting this unit to rout. Okay, you can see my 20-pounder unicorn gun wreaking havoc in the center here. We have some flying horses. I guess there was a cavalry unit by the French that tried to make a rush at my center, and they got absolutely obliterated. Bad idea having cavalry anywhere near the middle of the battlefield in this type of gameplay. Cavalry are somewhat obsolete. I mean, they can be used for certain things, but they certainly don't have their elite nature or elite persona about them that they had during the Napoleonic era. You want to use them wisely in these types of battles. I like to skirt them around the side and use them as quick shock and awe type of troops to attack some infantry or to attack an artillery piece. But other than that, you're better off spending your money on some more infantry. And on this battle, I'm really focusing in a lot on showing you the devastation of the artillery. Because it plays such a big part in this type of World War I gameplay. I mean, artillery, from most part, commanded battles. The number of battles that I have played with this mod have been decided by artillery. The infantry certainly play a role in it, but for the most part, artillery have been the decisive, chess piece in these battles. And you can see right here, my Russian Jaegers are firing away. They're also taking some heavy artillery here from the 6-inch howitzer. And this is just about going to do it for this battle. Shortly after this barrage, I was able to move my units in and get that howitzer to rout, and that pretty much did it. Real epic battle there. I hope you enjoyed it.